a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. First carry for Leonard Fournette. And a nice spin into some open field. 31 yards there and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. First down carry for Henry. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here we go. Try 38. Try 38.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
And now here comes Kansas City. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Now a toss. This is West. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Charkandrick West with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Butker now to kick this one away. To return it is Corey Grant. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now out comes Houston. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Fournette, a first down carry. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll run for it with Henry. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Doug Marrone can only shake his head. His guys are turned away, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They go play fake. Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those Birkin plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And now out comes Houston. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw here. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Michael Thomas hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Josh Lambo now for the point after. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. Returning it, John Ross. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod. And you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And he's got it up and through. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this.
Ohio! Here we go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Goes underneath for Henry. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! White 90! White 90! Ohio!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. On second down, here's Fournette. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Flex round. Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Flex round. Flex round.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is going to be incomplete. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here on first down. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. And his guys have made this a one-score game now.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 21-17. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Now Ross to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it first and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And going deep for Hill. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off right around the 43. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Now back to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Michael Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And now here's Ross. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Left, 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 left!
The drive begins with a handoff to West. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Here's Corey Grant now to return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The pitch to Henry, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle because that is a very difficult job to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now here's Ross. 12 yards on the return that time, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden.
Well, Brandon, this is a former first-round pick, and he's been a bit of a disappointment in his career up till now, but he's still got room to grow. And this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
They'll toss it to Henry. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Flex round.
Looking to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
They start on the ground with West, finding some room at midfield. And the cut, Kendrick West. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Kendrick West with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. kicker now to kick this one away. The return man is Grant. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late.
Here we go. Man 38.
They go play action here on first down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Timmy Jernigan breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going deep for Moncrief. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Ohio! Ohio!
They're going to look to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
He'll look to throw. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2, now third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Come on, let's go. Man 38. Man 38.
They'll look to throw here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90.
And the blitz does come. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Ohio. Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Completes it to Lee. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Let's go. White 90. White 90. Ohio.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for a 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. John Kendrick West taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Butker on for the PAT. Extra point up and through. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Walker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back.
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. 20, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Michael Thomas, 75 yards. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will get into the end zone as a two-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Now Ross to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll run again here with West. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play there for Houston. 41 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return will stop right around the 25. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. Sidelines. I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback. That's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That's out to Hill, right side complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play, and even 50 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw it here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now here comes Kansas City. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
4 down. Here we go now.
On the ground, it's West again. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a 1st down.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Fighting to stay upright. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they...
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 60 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out comes Houston. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Justin Houston in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. On play action, they'll throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Reggie Ragland in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. And I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
So that'll do it for us, for Charles Davis and all our...
Out, valet, walk out, all these Benz I lost count, cause I'm 2 up right now, 2 up right now, I'm two, on one day on my third, I was 2 broke, now I'm 2 rich, made 100K on my third shift, I'm a boy, so, boy, and I'm a gangster, and you a, boy, man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really handle punchlines.